All right. So that Flash season 4. Now, Flash was from the beginning. As I'll start from the beginning to the end. The beginning was dope. How he came out the Speed Force. Like I truly did enjoy that. The sub bosses here and there was quite interesting. Now the whole DeVoe plot and storyline. Now the part when Barry kind of like was in jail and he set the whole thing up where he actually said, "Oh yeah, he killed him and he was trying to get him away so he can build the Enlightenment." That was cool. That segment was cool. Like I that was crazy. Like Barry going to jail and stuff, and then we kind of seen how everything was unfolding when Barry went, I think, into the Speed Force or through time. Like when he was going through time, and you actually seen um like some parts in history and stuff that happens in later on in the future in upcoming seasons. And I was like, oh, and then you see like that clip when Barry was in jail. So I was like, oh, okay, so that's how that came to be and stuff. That was also kind of cool. Then going down to like the season finale. Now, I think the season finale was softcore. It was like okay, like yeah, they teleporting and stuff. They trying to go inside his mind. Okay, yeah, that was cool. Went inside his mind, defeated him. I was like, okay. Like they did do like the whole Matrix scene, cause that part with the whole like all the DeVoes that was showing up, and it kind of reminded me of the Matrix. I think it was even Matrix Reload or Revolution, where I think was it Revolution, I can't remember, but basically like he was like Neo was fighting the Andersons and stuff, and all of them was like hovered around him and stuff, and I was like, yo, that scene that reminded me of the Matrix and stuff, where all of them, they was all hovering around him and stuff. So I think that segment was cool. That segment was kind of cool, and they fighting all the DeVoes and stuff, and then they basically had to bring out Ralph, because technically Ralph never died, and it made sense. Ralph never died. It was just that DeVoe was keeping his conscience suppressed. He was keeping his conscience in essence suppressed and stuff, so that way it could only be DeVoe. Because when DeVoe was inside Ralph's body and stuff, in his own little mind and stuff, it was almost like he was like a DeVoe security. That was like a little DeVoe drone, just waltzing around, making sure everything is fine. Even though he was so smart that he predicted, and he knew all of the outcomes, and that's crazy. That's just beyond crazy and stuff. Like he just knew the outcomes and stuff. I mean, if you think about it, DeVoe would be like a really good person for a scratch off. The man will hit every single time. The government will be suspecting late night. Is he seriously cheating, or is someone giving him the card every time? He's like, no, I'm smart. I'm smart like that. I can hit 3 billion each and every single time, to the point where y'all gonna have to stop. Y'all gonna have to literally stop sending me checks, because that's how good I am when it comes to these scratch off tickets. But back to the matter at hand. It's like, okay, after his essence was somewhat removed and he placed it inside of the chair, and he was trying to somehow come back, and he kind of said that Gara speech, like, you will not have me, blah blah blah, and I was like, it was like already the end and stuff. Like the moment when he failed his enlightenment to have the world be under, well, to be brainless and stuff, and he was going to lead them, I was like, okay, it was already over. And then he placed his conscience inside the chair, and it was like, yeah, I'm still gonna be doing stuff. And it was like, you couldn't do anything. You in a chair. Yeah, you teleported in the room, but I'm like, you in a chair. All your wife did was just remove, or should I say, your ex-wife just removed the chip that was in back of it, and it was like, oh, that was it. For a minute, I thought he probably would have did maybe some sort of brainiac thing, and probably try to like place his essence inside every single computer or technology, like every single like technology that he gets, like he placed it like everything inside technology, anywhere that he can get his hands on. Like his essence was basically everywhere, and there would be no physical way of destroying him. But she just removed the thing out the chair and just called it a day. And his last gas. It was like, okay, you try to have all the satellites come down and to destroy, I guess, Central City, but it failed because again, Barry kind of like he kind of like destroyed it and stuff with the help of finally we get the word that obviously we all was guessing and knowing that it was basically Nora Allen. And the thing is, it's like we all know Barry wouldn't have died, but maybe because of story conveniences, he probably would have. But when he did his infinite mass punch to destroy the thing, the falling debris of the satellite, he had his daughter kind of like helped him because he was like putting stuff together. He was like, wait, there was another speedster there. So leading on to the whole batch where Cecile gave the baby. They brought the baby home. Wally was there. It was always great to see Wally and stuff. And they had their little family moment and stuff. And then that's when she comes knocking on the door and she's like, "Oh, we need to talk." They said, "Yo, we know you from somewhere. We know you from somewhere." And it was like, "Yeah, basically, I'm your daughter from the future. I'm Nora West Allen and stuff." They all like, "Wait, what?" Because it was funny when Iris was telling Barry, she's like, "Oh, we next." He's like, "Wait, what? What you talking about, bitch? What you talking about? You gotta have a kids and stuff." So she was like, "Oh, wait, I'm gonna go get you something because you going a little crazy. You're going a little haywire and stuff." So I was like, "All right." Then she comes knocking on the door and was like, "Oh, I think I did something I was supposed to do." Now, that segment of her showing up, I was a little bit bothered by it because I was like, she wasn't supposed to be there. Like, I would have preferred it if it would have been Godspeed. I think it would have been great if Godspeed would have showed up, saved Barry, and then just went away, and then had Nora West Allen come knocking on the door and be like, "Okay, I think I messed up." Even though it wouldn't have never would have been Godspeed or anything. It probably would have been maybe for something else for next season. But I was like, damn, I kind of wanted freaking Godspeed to show up because when she kind of like reversed time and then she came in and she helped Barry, I was like, that part was kind of sick though. That was a little sick. But well, actually no, I guess you could say she kind of like went back in time. Yeah, I think you could say that. Yeah. You could say that like she went back in time because Barry was supposed to punch the debris and then that was it. Like, okay, yeah, his clothes was messed up, but I don't think he would have died from that. Like, no. I mean, I don't think he would have died from that and stuff. But she just showed up and it was like, oh yeah, he caused up everything. But like I said, I would have preferred it if it would have been Godspeed. Godspeed would have been nice if he would have showed up and he would have saved Barry, and then maybe towards like season 5, you would have had Godspeed there, and well, if they would have worked out some arrangements and stuff like, okay, new character come in, because in the beginning, like we seen that police captain, he basically was like, oh, we gonna be working on some evidence. There's been new evidence because the stuff that been going on with DeVoe. We gonna get you your old job back. So I was like, okay, cool. That's real cool. That because if they decide to bring him in season 5, they get some new characters in there, and they could have been slowly starting to introduce Godspeed, and then his daughter would have been there explaining about some events that she'll probably explain like some events that happened in the future and some stuff that could happen in the past, some stuff she messed up on, and then maybe Godspeed would have been there. I mean, it would have been nice to see maybe his daughter and him take down Godspeed. I think that probably would be cool. I think that should be really cool if that actually would have happened. But since we aren't going to get that and we don't know who's going to be the next villain for next season, I mean, it could be a speedster. I don't know who it could be, but it's gonna probably be good. But for like this season, I don't know. I give it a 3. I give it a 3. Like it would have got that 4 if Godspeed would have been in there. Probably a 5, but I rated a 3. I rated a 3. Like I felt like this season it was okay. I tell you this though, this season is a lot better than last season. That much I can say. It's a lot better than last season. This season was like okay. It was okay. So it was like, But as I said before in my previous last video, I think of what I said, it was either a couple of months ago that I was gonna do like a poll between either Flash and Arrow and see who kind of like won the war, or what I think. And I think Arrow takes the cake. As I said before in the last video, that Arrow was far superior. Like that shit was too, they was too damn good. And this season was okay. It was alright. It was like more of a lovey-dovey ending, softcore. Nothing hardcore, nothing extreme. It was softcore. But we're going to end this right here. So, if you like what you heard you like. Please subscribe, share, do all that wonderful stuff. And I will catch you later.